I'm actually kind of making good time. I'm lying to myself. I am actively lying to myself. I'm having fun. Dude. Why can't this thing be as fast as a drill? I'm sorry, the commentary is abhorrent here. I have no idea what to talk about. Talk about the content I watch. I mean, it's what everyone does. Watches some sort of content. In the end, we're all comment drama queens. I do like drama, I gotta say. Like, it's... I think it's what is nowadays colloquially called content slop or something. Agabands, I kinda like it. I'm fully into it. Like, I'm so into it, I'm watching things that already happened. Like, I'm going back in time for content. That's sad. But, like, I mean, I like it. You know, it is what it is. Like, right now I'm watching the stuff going over the, VTuber. What's her name? Sin... Red character? Or red, or fiery character, I don't know their names, I just know it's content, and I know I've dabbled in that kind of community. And so yeah, I've just been watching that kind of content. And it's kind of interesting to see what goes on behind the scenes. Like all the backstabbing that can happen. Well, all the backstabbing that does happen too. It's just fascinating to know what all happens and then at the same time just watch content of it. Like, people's businesses are getting destroyed and you're just there to watch it happen. It's fun. It's definitely fun. Especially when it's for, like, deserved people, but kind of makes you think about, like, hey, when is it my day to have something like that happen to me? Now, granted, nobody thinks it will happen, because we think, or at least everyone to a degree thinks that they're not a bad person. But, then again, there's always somebody who will dislike you for whatever reason. Whenever you take a stance on something, here's a good rule of thumb I make in life. If you make a claim or a stand or something, there's at least gonna be 50% of the population that doesn't like you. At least. That's a rule I make. And another rule I make is, like, if I think something, at least 100 people also think of it. It's a good rule of thumb for life, is to understand that whenever you make a decision, 50% of the population automatically doesn't like you. But another good rule of thumb is, whenever you make a statement or something, at least 100 people are gonna agree with you. Now, when I say 100, that's kind of, lowballing it in reality. But it's meant to be good. It's meant to be a good, like, standpoint. Yeah, does that make any sense? I don't know. You tell me. I think it makes sense. Okay, where are we? Holy moly. This is taking for frickin' ever. So anyway, I had to go back. It's like, nobody thinks it will ever be their day. They always think that they are right. And I'm not gonna come out here and try and act as if I'm different and think I do anything different. It's like, no. I believe in what I believe in, and I think it's right because I think it is. The difference is, do you have any, like, proof for that claim? That's when the whole entire thing becomes really questionable. It's like, do you have proof that you're right about something? Everybody thinks they're right, but do you have validity on what you say? And the real reason why I'm bringing this up is to once again go back to that the drama stuff. Is like nobody thinks it's gonna be their day because they think they're right, they think they're doing things the right way, and they think they're good about it. Now you can be that person, obviously, but even the bad people are gonna think the exact same thing or attempt to do that because, I mean, it's what a narcissist is, right? They think they're right because they're right. And even people who are not narcissists but just are wrong in general. That can also happen. People grow up with beliefs and then find out later, oh wait, no, these are completely, oh my. I think this is the most annoying character they have in this game. And I'm saying that with validity. Because I said I am. Like, oh my god, fucking die. I am trying to save your land, and you're trying to kill me. Like, yeah, I know you don't fucking know it, but goddamn, I hate you. What was I talking about? Right, yes. Sometimes you grow up with a belief and then find out later you're wrong. So you don't need to be a narcissist to just think you're wrong about something when you're just wrong. Or think you're right about something when you're just wrong. And that happens every day. You may not think about it, like all deep and philosophical, like, but it happens. You think you're right about something, and sometimes those moments happen, you're like, oh, wait, no, I was actually wrong about that. You don't think about it for a second, because you just move on about whatever you were doing. But it proves the point of, like, everybody thinks they're right until they're proven wrong. And the whole entire thing of drama is to be like, is to look out for those moments of when they're wrong and call them out on it and make fun of them and such and stuff. So then the question becomes, when will it become my day? Where I'm just wrong about something, but I think I'm right, and then from there you just gotta really think in your mind, like, how would I react? Because the one thing you learn watching all this slop content is what really matters is how people react. Or how you react to that happening. Like, for example, if people tell you not to do something, but you think that the better reaction is to do one thing, like, I don't know, play a ukulele, even when people say don't play a ukulele, that's a bad reaction, and everybody knows it, except for the person who did it. Which, in the end, just makes it worse. Now, to be honest, I kind of forget what the whole drama was with them creating the ukulele. I forget what they did, but I don't know, it's just an example I used. So, in the end, what really matters is how you react to something. React to the drama. Like, something that I've learned is it's sometimes better to just not react at all. In terms of business, absolutely. Is to just not pay attention to it at all. Because when you pay attention to it, it proves you recognize that it was there and that you're wrong about it. If you don't make a reaction to it, then eventually, well, internet does what internet does and people forget about it. I'm not saying that's a good thing that people forget about it, but in terms of business, that's how it works. It generally is. And the only type of people who are going to remember are the people who truly care about that thing, which in terms of business is probably going to be a minority of people. Not a majority, but a minority, because most people aren't spending their day being like, oh, did you know that Coke had cocaine in it? What? Throwing a party? Anywho, what was I saying? I think actually that was a bad example, because everybody doesn't want cocaine in their Coke, because it's not it, because it's cocaine. But actually, that's a lie. I want cocaine in my Coke. Fucking SJW saying no more cocaine. Where was I going? Yeah, right. Sometimes the people who care, what I was trying to say is the people who care about things are gonna, like, they're a minority, not a majority. And, okay, yes, the Coke example was really bad. that was a shit example. I'm sorry. That was a really bad example of what I'm trying to convey here. What would be a better example of where, like, a corporation doesn't pay attention to what they did wrong because it's... Actually, you know what? I can pay attention. I can call attention to the opposite, in fact. Which will prove my point. Charlie was critical. A year ago, I think, or maybe 2, something like that. Time kind of flew by. Went over these Instagram comments from a company called parchmentpaper.com. And essentially what happened is the content creator who just had a breakfast or dinner or something made for them by their parent, they had a sponsorship, I think, for Hexclad. And that was the whole entire purpose of the video, is to demonstrate the Hexclad pan, but it was just her dad making her food. And then this dude who owns the parchment paper company, all of a sudden then, he made comments, and then she messaged the actual owner saying, hey, this person's doing this. And in response to that drama that nobody actually at that time knew about, really, is to essentially throw a hissy fit. That's what I'll say, throw a hissy fit. And it wasn't, the drama wasn't even public at that time. But he threw a hissy fit saying, I can't actually remember word for word what he said, but essentially just went off. If you remember, you remember. If you don't, I'm sorry. But then, after that, then the original content creator, the one doing the Hexclad ad, I think had Hexclad ad. They then made the drama post saying this is what this person was saying. Oh. And so essentially, then she made the post, and that's when everything really became, it was talk of the town, because she made the video, and everyone saw it, including the person who owned the parchment paper company. I can English at times, I promise. They saw it, and then they made a follow-up to the girl, and eventually it divulged into dubious at worst legal papers. It divulged into that, saying to stop talking about this and yada yada, lawyers involved, quote unquote. And the reason why I say dubious at worst is because the papers had grammatical errors, and then when at the bottom of the it was a template lawsuit, and at the bottom it included I think it was rocketlawyer.com, or like the name of the company who created the template. And so she contacted them and said, hey, is this a real paper? And they even said, no, it looks like a phishing scam. So the point is, if the owner didn't go to such great lengths to be to notice the drama, the original drama that he created by being so just aggressive for nothing off the bat, if he never did that, or never went off and actually took his business company name and drug it through the mud like he did, and instead just didn't pay attention to what he even said, just didn't pay attention to drama, I can bet you anything, none of what happened would have unfolded. Bet you anything. Because if you don't talk about it, people who don't see it, don't see it. Why would you want to drag your business through the mud for people who didn't see in the first place? Like, people who aren't online constantly, they're not gonna see all the drama. They're not gonna give a fuck. It's parchment paper. Who gives a fuck about the internet drama? They're just gonna grab the parchment paper when they're shopping and go on out. But by taking the business and doing all that he did, it just drew a spotlight on his company for the stupidity that was him. That's all it did. And so this really draws in the pointers, like, if a company were to not pay attention to the drama, it would just be better. Now here's the thing, I, as a content creator, can't do that. I'm not a business. I don't have that sort of ordeal. And so, if there was to be drama on me, if it was something of noteworthy, like something that actually, like, gained traction, then I would most certainly have to deal with it. And how would I deal with it? Because at that point, I can't pretend like it didn't happen. Whereas in the company, the parchment paper company, could have just pretended the whole entire time it didn't exist, because it was just that. It was nothing. It was a whole nothing burger. Didn't have to pay attention to it. But that's because it's a company. It's not an actual person, it's an entity, more so. So in my case, I would have to pay attention to it if it actually became something. But, I mean, if not, if it didn't become something, overall, it would be better to just not bring it up, not talk about it. Unless, I guess, it was something that I actually wanted to bring up and talk about, which could happen. I've been one to know to blabbermouth and talk about things. And I guess, yeah, just, like, how would I react? That's the main point. How would I react to it all? And how would that dictate everything? What even started this? Right, me talking about, drama or slop tube and stuff like that. I mean, it's something that interests me. I like watching drama, and I know that eventually it'll probably happen to me. And so, it'll, even if you are just a new and upcoming personality, it'll probably happen to you as well. And so overall, it would just be better to prepare for it than to not. So anyway, the idea is that if you are becoming a content creator, you should always prepare for the not only what if, but eventuality that some drama will happen to you. And you gotta figure out how are you going to react. Now, it's really easy for me now, not being in the moment, to say, oh, I'd react like this, and so I don't know if I can or even should attempt to proclamate, is that the right word, as to how I would react in that moment. But at least I should prepare or have an idea as to what I'm doing. Because if I have no idea, then it doesn't matter. I'm f***ed either way, because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm thinking about. I don't know what my plan is. I have nothing to go against anything. And I'd be f***ed. That's the long and short end of that. I'd be f***ed. Money. Party time's over. Wow. That's unfortunate. I'm so upset about that. Yeah, it's so nice when the money comes to you, you know? That's a euphemism for life. Let the money come to you. Now, my question is, why is money coming? I don't get that. Why did we get ravens all of a sudden? I don't remember them. When? What? Huh? Huh? No, 4 slimes. It's like penguins. What? I said penguin as if I said something. I mean penguins like, oh my gosh, what is that penguin game? Penguin game that children play to get, to talk to old people and have bad things happen to them, probably. What is that game called? Oh my gosh, what is the name? It's literally on the tip of my tongue. You know what? You probably know what game I'm talking about, so I'm not even gonna attempt this anymore. I'm just gonna hope and pray you know what I'm talking about. Like, if you don't, I'm sorry. We are now back at home. I have a dress on, wedding dress, as needed. These people probably all died after, because of, yep, blood moon. Wait, what? What did you say? Even Darnell wants what I'm selling.